Hello everybody, and this is Josie Moon with Mighty Moon Medicine. I'm going to talk to you today about turkey tail. Trametes versicolor is the genus species name of this mushroom. I'm going to cover why it's so beneficial for our health, how to find it, how to identify it, and then what we can do to prepare it to ingest. Okay, so yes, turkey tail, incredible. We can ingest it in two ways, okay? We can make a tea from it or a hot water extraction, or we can make a tincture, or we can do both. Because we can't just eat this mushroom, our bodies can't digest it, it can't process it without breaking down the cell walls of the turkey tail via alcohol or heat and hot water in order to get all the medicinal properties. Cool. So this summer I found a lot of turkey tail, okay? In the Catskill Mountains where I grew up, and here is a turkey tail, okay? Versicolor, because it's many colors, it's got these cool striations and it looks just like a turkey's tail. And Trametes, meaning thin. So look at how thin that is. When fresh, it's quite leathery. When dried, which this is now dried to make my tea, it's a little more rigid. So turkey tail, the underside of it is another really important way of identifying it, okay? So the underside of it is, you want it to be very white. That means that it's fresh to forage it. And the underside is full of polypores, so little tiny pores. Just almost, you can't even really see it very well. And because other mushrooms, there are a lot of imposters of the turkey tail, okay? A lot of mushrooms that look just like turkey tail. In the beginning, I was actually very confused about which was turkey tail because there are mushrooms that look exactly like this, except the underside has gills, okay? Or larger pores or teeth, okay? So gills, think of portobello mushrooms, teeth meaning like little tiny things that kind of hang off, but you want to look for the polypores because there's a lot of imposters. Now, the colors vary, okay? This is a turkey tail from down here in the Smoky Mountains where I'm currently living. It's way more purple. It's purple, it's almost blue. There's like some like pinks going on, and this one is predominantly all shades of brown. So it does vary in color, but you're always gonna see the polypore underbelly. Otherwise, it's not a turkey tail. So I would also recommend don't go foraging for these unless you absolutely know what you're looking for, okay? It can be dangerous. You can be ill. You can even die. Some mushrooms are deadly. So be safe about it. Do your research. Figure out exactly what turkey tail is, and then you can go and forage it yourself. Now, another thing to remember that's uber important about foraging mushrooms is never deplete an area entirely of a plant or a mushroom. Wherever it's growing, never deplete it because we want these beautiful things to keep reproducing and living on. It's just completely unethical, so don't do it. This huge batch that I have here, and I actually have more, comes from a log, this really big log that I found hiking in the woods last September maybe, and this is maybe a quarter of the amount that was actually there. So I only took a little bit, and that's what you really want to remember. Mushrooms. So mushrooms, what they're doing, these mushrooms, is they are in the woods to decompose, okay? They're here to decompose the dead wood. They go in and their amazing compounds just start to decompose the dead wood to make new life. Incredible. So they're like the little death bringers. They're very scorpionic in that they're there to transition the physical matter of our earth, to decompose it, to bring new life. birth transformation. Cool. So, yes, so that is how you identify it, and it grows everywhere. Like, even if you just go hiking through the woods, you're probably going to see turkey tail at some point. Up in the Catskill Mountains, down, coming all the way down to North Carolina where I am now, definitely turkey tail. It definitely spans out west. It really grows everywhere. And turkey tail has been used for thousands and thousands of years, okay? This is not new medicine at all. This is really old medicine. So let's talk about why it is so good for us. So turkey tail holds a compound called beta glucans. And the beta glucans you're going to find in all of the medicinal mushrooms, reishi, lion's mane, chaga, okay? And this beta glucan is the most rich in the turkey tail mushroom, okay? And what the beta glucan does is it goes and talks directly to the cells of the immune system, okay? It's an immune system modulator, regulator. It's really, really incredible for immunity. They're also anti-inflammatory, which we all need help with anti-inflammatory, right? That's where a lot of disease stems from, is inflammatory issues. What else? They are incredible for our gut, okay? Gut health. And let's face it, our gut is our second brain, so we definitely want to be taking care of our gut. They act as a prebiotic for healthy digestion and gut flora. Yeah, turkey tail. And then also there's a lot of research out there, and I always encourage you to do your own research. It's so important that we all do our own research, so we really discover things on our own, right? That turkey tail is incredible with cancer. All right. So for preventative cancer measures, and also for treatment. There's a movie called Fantastic Fungi. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. The guy that stars in it, the protagonist, is an amazing mycologist. He literally speaks mushrooms and to the mushrooms and among the mushrooms. And he's wonderful. And his mother got breast cancer, and he got her on turkey tail daily, and the cancer after a while was eradicated from her body. And I'm sure that also has to do with her mindset, her attitude, because let's face it, if you want to heal, you really have to want to heal. So our plants and our mushrooms are wonderful allies. So that's what turkey tail can do for us medicinally. But to get all of these amazing properties into our bodies, how do we do it? Okay, so we can make a tea, as I mentioned before, where you just put your plant matter in a big pot of fresh, beautiful spring water and bring it to a boil and then simmer it for a minimum of 2 hours. Okay, so this is what it looks like after the hot water extraction. This has actually been tinctured already, and then I made it into a hot water extraction because I believe in using the material. Some herbalists like to, hang on, I'll back up. So, ooh, ghosts. So, right, so to make a tincture, let's start there. To make a tincture, you need to get your fresh mushrooms, your fresh mushroom material in a jar, okay? And top it with alcohol. I like to use 100% vodka, okay? Or 100 proof vodka, not 100%. 100 proof vodka, 50% water, 50% alcohol. And then I just kind of ripped it up into pieces and put the mushrooms in here, top it off, minimum of 6 weeks. Now, a lot of people like to pulverize their plant material or their mushrooms to create a greater surface area. They're able to pull out more of the properties. You can absolutely do that. Everybody does things differently. I'm just going to throw that out there. You're going to start researching ways to make tinctures and ways to make salves and everything having to do with herbalism, and everybody has their own way. So, and that's okay because we're all unique individuals. And as long as you're doing it safely, then it's fine. So I like to switch it up. I like to do it with the actual whole mushroom, and I also like to pulverize it. And I like to just try different ways and see how different things come out, right? We're exploring in this world and in this life and in this path. So, right. So And I also put this in on the 5th of October. So now it's January 24th today, I think, 25th. And so it's been macerating for a very long time. So I want it very potent, so that's just fine. So then what I would do is strain out the alcohol, okay? Take the plant matter, which was this, put it in your stainless steel pot with really nice spring water, bring it to a boil, let it simmer for at least 2 hours, and then you have your hot water extraction. So you got your tincture and you have your hot water extraction. And then to make a dual extraction tincture, you're going to want to add those two together. So you have the water-soluble properties of the hot water extraction, and you have the alcohol-soluble properties of the alcohol extraction together to give you the maximum benefits of the turkey tail. You can drink the tea. It's delicious. I had a cup yesterday. It's really, really good. And you can also have your dual extraction tincture. So you're welcome to go out and try this for yourself, and you're welcome to make your own turkey tail dual extraction tincture or your own tea. But if you don't want to do that, you are very welcome to purchase one of my tinctures. Look at this beautiful, I did all my own artwork and I'm really proud of it, and it came out really nice. Turkey tail dual extraction tincture available on my website, www.mightymoonmedicine.com. Yes, so that is the wonderful world of Trametes versicolor turkey tail mushrooms. Thanks.